Jesus explains nourishment, health, illness, and possession. The Lord, my dear friend and supreme judge of the city, to the astute question from your mouth, I shall give an equally astute and clear answer. Behold, there might appear to be clear and tangible differences between all the different miracles that I perform, but in truth, there are none. Look, everything that you consume to strengthen and enliven your body is not as dead as you might think. It consists of 3 parts. Firstly, a material part, one that you can see and feel. When the food is well prepared, you will perceive a flavorful taste, and even beforehand, you may breathe in the pleasant smell with your nose. You see, this is the part that enlivens your body. Secondly, when the food enters the stomach, it is cooked for a second time in a way, and thereby are formed 2 primary elements, the rougher of which, to nourish the body, its limbs and its muscles by the blood that originates from those 2 elements, is led to all parts of the body that need to be nourished and strengthened. Once these 2 elements are, for the most part, extracted from what you consumed in the upper stomach and are spread throughout your body, you grow thirsty and you drink. Thereby, the food reaches the lower, smaller stomach, which is divided into 12 parts. Here, by means of a unique fermentation process, the etheric substance is separated from the little cells of that which you consumed, and it serves to give life to the nerves. That is why you may call this element the nerve spirit. The extraordinarily fine ethereal material, that which we will call substance, is guided by the spleen along a well-hidden pathway to the heart, and from the heart, completely purified, it passes into the soul of man. Thus, even the soul partakes of that with which you nourish yourself, taking what is related to it, and thereby it is nourished and strengthened in all its individual components, corresponding entirely to those of the material body. From all this, you may easily glean that everything you say and conclude when you are hungry and thirsty is nothing but a clumsy web of disconnected thoughts and ideas. However, when you eat good and pure food and enjoy an equally pure and good wine, the things you say and conclude will quickly be of a much different nature. This is because the soul is then satiated and strengthened as well. Had you not eaten any food or drank something for a long while, your thinking, speaking, and reasoning would grow quite poor and miserable. Once the food has provided its important substances to the body, the nerves and the soul, the actual impure part of the matter you consumed to enliven your body is removed from it via 2 natural pathways. However, should a person become a glutton in every respect, having transformed his belly into an idol, then the food that was consumed, as well as the excessive amounts of wine that were poured into the stomach, cannot be completely separated in the 2 stomachs by the process I explained beforehand. Thereby, still many more parts which must enliven the body, the nerves and the soul, but which were not extracted from the food, enter the larger belly and the intestines, and for another part, via the liver and the spleen, arrive at the bladder. There they will once again cause fermentations, from which, in the course of time, all manner of sicknesses will develop, poisoning the body and making the soul lethargic, dull, and numb. However, from these vicious substances, another evil arises more often than not. When the wicked, still unfermented nature spirits realize, by the vapor of such an individual, that within his belly and lower body, already a great number of nature spirits related to them have gathered, they will soon penetrate the body, and unite themselves with their kin. Once this happens, things will look quite bad for such an individual. Soon, a number of nigh incurable diseases will seize not only his body, but also his soul, and he, having been weakened and made lethargic within himself, cannot prevent them from passing into his sensual and suffering flesh. To prevent the complete materialization of the soul, there are no other means but the great diseases of the body itself. A person subjected to such sicknesses loses every want for food and attempts to remove the old filth from his body by means of drugs. Here and there he might achieve a sort of healing, but never entirely, and he need only be a little forgetful to once again enliven the spirits that had tormented him so, and his renewed suffering is commonly even more severe than the initial one. However, all this is not the only severe condition man has incurred by his lust for food and drink. A third, much worse still, will arrive in the form of a so-called possession by one or several truly evil spirits. Some who only recently had lived their life within the body of another for the trial of their freedom. No earthly doctor can free people from this third evil. Only I, as well as the one who received from me the power and might, is capable of doing so.